Hey guys, welcome to another video brought to you by Total Control Traders. And before getting to the market, let's make a couple remarks, same as usual. So I have now gone majority cash. And if you haven't watched yesterday's video or this morning's video, make sure to take a look. I normally don't go over market deep dives on weekday videos, just on the weekend. So if you see that there is a weekday video that says market deep dive, make sure to watch the intro as well as the market portion at the very minimum, because in that video I'll be going over key points on what I'm noticing in the market, in the overall market, in details, whether there's going to be significant red flags or coming up ideal entries. So it'll be very beneficial when you do see market deep dive on a weekday video to watch the intro and the market part, the two chapters. Anyways, have begun trimming yesterday due to the red flags that I was seeing. And as of today, I am majority cash. And let's take a look at what happened. So yesterday, we saw red flags, triple red flags. And today, there was a GP that was must hold. And if you haven't seen, we started an Instagram as well. And I posted this on the Instagram multiple times. Or once or twice. The must hold zone this morning was broken under. Though there are lots of lower wicks, but we are not seeing a classic V-shaped recovery that we have seen in previous scenarios. And the thing that's different about this one is if you look at the last one, it's been higher lows on each of the sudden drops. This time is different. This time is a lower low. We broke under that GP. So depending on what time frame you look at, if you look at 4 hours, you could essentially call it a hold, just break slightly under. But from other things that I am seeing and now confirming, this is a bearish market. We don't want to see where that higher low comes in. Right now, we are seeing a rejection from the roughly the 0.5 area. The good thing is we are over that lower trend line. That's been key to hold. So we are over it now, but we can see huge bear volume. Lack of bull volume following that. That I'm thinking there's going to be further downside. Right, so that's SPX. And let's take a look at what we got. US dollar. We are rejecting from that key resistance of $91 right now. However, what I am anticipating from here is a bull flag formation to that 88. Yeah. To that 88 roughly. And the high end of this previous resistance support zone. I'd be looking at 4 hours seems pretty high. But yeah, I'd be using 4 hours as a guide, the 4 hour 8. From here, slow grind down, forming a bull flag to further upside. So we are potentially going to negate this head and shoulder pattern. If we do, that is the confirmation to GTFO out of the market. All right, BTC, congrats BTC bulls. Look at this follow through. Bull divergence, bull flag confirmation. From there on the break, first one was a breakout fake out, but we held a higher low. Then from there we have ran 63%. Now coming up to the 1-to-1 extension of 54,582. Be aware, expecting a, yeah, we blew right past that 50,000. Expecting somewhat of a stall or some sort of a reaction around that zone, the 1-to-1 extension. So it's always a good idea to take some profits along the way, even if it's right underneath it. This alone has been 65%, so doesn't hurt to take some profits and leave a core sizing in. All right, next is Tesla. Bearish start to the day. Let's look at the daily charts. Bearish start to the day, broke down under the wedge, no follow through, then the dip got bought. However, volume not significant from here. Still anticipate we were extended from a 88, and that's why there was a bounce. But from here, I am anticipating further downside, potentially looking at a gap fill. Of course, that's given if the market continues to be in a bear trend. If market starts full recovery, then we will be looking back up around this zone. Key previous support around that 830-ish zone right here. All right, next one, NVIDIA. Relative strength. Loving the chart, loving the lack of bear volume. Long-term sideways action. We'll be looking at further upside on this trade. However, I did fully exit except for one free ride now. Even the commons I've exited, took profits on them upon the development of this 4 hour bear divergence. Exited near that top. I wanted to hold the commons because essentially there is a lot more upside to this play. But as this developed, I was like, yeah, no, there's no point in holding it and just watching the profits go down, especially given what the market looks like at that point. So took the profits somewhere up there. Yesterday. And then took another more profits earlier today as I saw market dip down. Then from there, it's a bull flag formation. Lost the 4 hour 8, not ideal. The 88 is the guy for the bull flag formation. As mentioned before, we'll be looking at a back test of this previous high of 589.07. Next, PSTH. Not an ideal follow through. Volume is somewhat significant, especially considering the breakout. So from here, gonna have to see tomorrow's action. We were very little bit extended from the 88, so there is a gap behind, so something to be cautious of. Gonna have to see tomorrow's action, whether it's increasing bear volume or a touch of the 88 before the next leg up. FSR. Similar to NVIDIA, bull flag formation, very low bear volume, very noticeable. This ticker is going to continue on grinding up. Right now it's just setting up the next leg up, and we will be looking at past this 2363. Love this setup. We'll be adding it to the top watch tomorrow. Next, Zoom. Nice. We held that key support. See this? Wick right to the bottom of the zone, then got bought up. So exited majority of this position as well, except for one free ride on a call. So from here, we held the 88. That looks ideal. Essentially, still looking at the gap fill. Chart is still strong, but risk to reward wise, not so much worth it anymore, considering that there is, from this point, only a 6% move left before the gap fill. Even if you're looking up at the GP, that's a 15% move. So make sure you take that into your consideration when you're looking at a bull play for Zoom. I would consider scalping positions. Given the market condition, I probably just won't trade for the next little while in capital preservation mode. All right, that's it for the hottest tickers. Next up, the request tickers. No, personal top watches. First one, QS. Congrats, QS bulls. This day, price target upgrade. Sold my calls, but from there, lack of bear volume. Today, based on that news of multi-year contract or multi-year battery, something along that line, and how they're equity is enough to sustain into 2022 and potentially the first project. That is huge. Their first reporting blew straight past the previous trend line. Not a significant trend line, only saw slight bounces here, somewhat of one rejection, so not really a significant trend line. This one is no longer in play. This one is no longer in play. From here, based on the volume, we will be going up higher. As mentioned, first target, keeping my eyes on this target, gap fill 84.33. Been in this trade since the 44s. Yeah, I believe it's around the 44s. Let's see, higher, low. Yeah, 44s. Got in on this day. Definitely did not nail the bottom, but GP, ideal entry, 44s, still holding. The commons alone on this trade are up near 50%. So it's been a great run. You know, even if you had 100 shares back here, $4,000, just over $4,000, they'd be up to 6,000 now already. What a great trade. That's why we never took our eyes off of QS. There is huge upside potential to this chart. And the candles, the volume are all indicating the same thing. Tomorrow, looking at, it's going to be extended from the daily 8. So a potential rejection from the lower zone of this previous resistance zone. Yeah, there's no support here. So it's going to be a previous resistance zone around that 73 mark. Next, Amazon. Finally, Amazon. What did I say? Be confident. Upon the break of this wedge, we started out slow. Okay, we started out slow. Got stifled a couple times, but we held. Except for this one candle loss, increasing bear volume was a little bit concerning, but essentially we held the trend line, the inner trend line of the wedge, the inner wedge. Increasing bull volume today, clear relative strength to the market. Close right at the upper trend line of the long-term wedge. Now from here, similar play to NVIDIA. Once this starts moving, volume's still not convincing for me. Once this starts moving, and we gotta watch for volume similar to somewhere back here kind of thing, this will be convincing. Once that kind of volume shows up, we'll be looking up at new all-time high test. All right, next is PLTR. I was mentioning this morning's video, this chart is becoming a little bit interesting due to the fact that we had bounced this morning. We opened up near that low, but while the market is already down. Now that I'm looking at it from a fresh eye after the market, or after, I haven't looked at it all day since this morning. It's volume a little bit concerning, especially after that yesterday's earning volume. It's still relatively high, so I would give it time, but watch for this trend line backtest. Easy stop. Risky play, but easy stop. We are getting extended from a daily 8, so even if it's just for a bounce play, could be worth it. Stop underneath this trend line. Next up, requested tickers. So I got the top 3 watches going into tomorrow on top of FSR now. So 4 watches. Now, requested ticker ANSY. Okay. ANSV. All right, anyways, I don't see ANSV Rafaela. I'm gonna have to circle back on this one. Maybe do it tomorrow. Next one, FSR is already covered. SNDL. Okay, SNDL. Nope, not a good play. Just You don't hear me say that too often. Just straight up no. All right. Big pop on the 10th. Huge profit taking on the 11th on big bear volume. Held at 88 on the bounce. Now trading under the 88. Okay, let me take a look here. And we have, let's see where this whole GP would be. Okay. Yeah, this is a easy play. Low risk entry, easy stop. Decreasing bear volume. Could be worth a shot. Look at this. Holding that GP, key support, key previous resistance support, 170. GP at 171. Decreasing bear volume. Triple line up. No trend line for support, so you're purely playing off of GP and key resistance from before, but very easy stop. You know, just play, if you're in, just place a stop under something like 165 or something like that. You know, very easy play. Next, TLRY. Indecision candle. I believe the earnings out. Yeah, the earnings was actually pretty good. 85% surprise, and after hours they were up about what 15-20% at one point. Let's see, 16% at one point, but now it's down to 8%. Earnings look great, and this is gonna, in my opinion, this is gonna set some precedent for the earnings to come in the future on marijuana sector as a whole. Last time was good, time before was bad, so we are seeing a trend change from here. Like, okay, look at this. Negative 500 surprise, negative 300 surprise, negative 85% surprise. Then we start going to the positives, 91%, 85. Oh yeah, 91 and 85. So we are seeing a positive trend change on their on TLRY's earning. That is going to give confidence to the bulls, and this is partially why I'm back to holding a core on marijuana, specifically weed, but just because it's a long play for me, so I don't really want to look at it. I'm comfortable holding weed too. TLRY is probably another name I'd be comfortable holding, but yeah, overall I think we'd be looking further up now. Looking at this low bear volume today, that is a sign of confidence. APHA. After hours up as well. So tomorrow we're going to want to see that confirmation on increasing volume. Like the chart, no divergences. Negated this potential bear divergence back up here. So now there is a bull divergence that's potentially to play out now. Very clear bull divergence on the daily. Rare occasion. So if you're in already, hold. Next, CGC. Love the bounce from the trend line. No significant red flag for me to exit yet. However, TLRY earning didn't seem to affect CGC as much as it affected APHA. I mean, of course, there are a merger for them to happen, so makes sense. From here, there is a daily divergence as well. Daily bull divergence. Again, I want to see that reversal tomorrow. Tomorrow into Friday. I want to see that reversal. Next, STPK. I do apologize if I sound a bit tired today. It's been a busy day. All right. Wow, look at this follow through. All right, so after this bear flag that played out a little bit, then following that, it became a bull, sorry, not bear flag, bear divergence. It became a strong bull divergence. And now this is really playing out. And now we're potentially setting up another bear divergence as mentioned in the last time we reviewed this. So something to keep in mind. From here, we could potentially form a very wide channel, even just by these two divergences. Kind of clear to see, you know, something that looks like that. Yeah. All right, next is SOS. Not ideal bear volume, but do know that most of it is dip buying volume as well, bull volume. So then what you do is you zoom in to find out what exactly kind of volume is it. You go to the 5, you can see that it's a bull volume, majority bull. You go to the 2, yeah, it's still majority bull, 5 candles of it. So that confirms the 5-minute candle. Majority bull position, holding up decently. And we are now seeing after hour up a little bit. There is, today could very well be the volume and climax day though. So tomorrow, look for that inside bar. It doesn't look climaxy to me, but the candle does. Look for that inside bar tomorrow. Next, GSAT. Bull flag formation on the daily. Nice volume after the low bear volume. Bear divergence that didn't get too much follow through, so that's a good sign for bull plays. This chart actually looks fairly decent for a next leg up. However, I would look for further action for that bull flag formation to form fully first, because we have not we haven't touched the 88. This was very close. I want to see a touch of the 88 for an entry, mainly because of the bear divergence. I want to see the reaction at it at the 88. Next, PTON. Whoa, we broke down. All right, good thing I cut the position. New lows, looking at closing right on that previous low. Still bad sign, increasing bear volume. From here, looking at a back test of this lower trend line on this new potential of a channel. Trend line from down here, trend line from up here. So now it's forming a potential channel. Gonna watch for a reaction around that lower trend line. GP is near there as well. Yeah. So ideal entry gonna be somewhere around the GP. Next, NIO. So I've noticed a new trend line today that is very noticeable. Good thing I kept the drawing on. You look at this trend line. It's resistance, support, resistance, support. It's not as clear back here, but then it becomes really clear. Resistance, resistance, became a support, support, broke down under, support again, and now we're bouncing from it again. So this trend line right in the middle trend line, key to hold. If we were to lose that, the key to hold would be this support zone, which we are both holding right now. So I still like the setup overall because we closed above the support zone. From here, I want to see that reversal tomorrow. Don't want to see increasing bear volume bringing us down past the trend line. Next, SLV. Relative strength versus the market today. Slight lack of bull volume, but we are seeing hold of the 88. Gonna want to see what happens tomorrow. I want to see that follow through. Next, AAL. Similar relative strength to the market today. We got into higher high, increasing bull volume. Love it. Let's see further follow through before we even look at thinking about this 2177. But I like the action so far. Next, I think this is the last one. Yeah, last but not least is Snow. Held the GP. Key to hold. Lost it slightly, but closed over it. So from here, we're gonna need to see that reversal tomorrow. We need to see that reversal tomorrow. Key support zone, GP, everything lines up. Decreasing bear volume. Need to see the reversal. Okay, very ideal, easy stop play from this entry. Stop would be the low of today, 283.27. All right, keeping the video a bit short today. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. And that is it for today. If you're looking to get out of debt or build that first pot of gold, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button in order to get updates on our videos daily. Also, check out our website at totalcontroltraders.com. Hope you guys stay safe and be in control. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video.